video on my channel. As you guys can tell by the title, today is Rose's nursery tour, which I'm super excited to share with you guys. So my husband and I did not find out what we were having, so I'm going to insert some pictures here as to what this nursery looked like before we had Rose. And it was just a really pretty cream color, which I've actually left on the walls. So it was totally the cream color that's on the walls right now, and then it was just a whole bunch of white accents. It was a super like pretty calm nursery. And then my plan was, once I had my baby, I was either going to do it like a really girly room or a little room for a little boy. So this nursery has been about 7 months in the making. Rose is 7 months old. And I've just kind of added bits and pieces here and there. And it's been really hard to like not buy things for the nursery because there's so much cute stuff out of there. This is a fairly small nursery, so I'm kind of limited on my wall space. I'm kind of limited on where like my little accent pieces and stuff can go. So I can say that I'm officially done because I literally have no more room to put stuff in this nursery now. So I'm going to do like a pan around here so you guys can see what it looks like as a whole, and then we'll get up close and we'll show you some of the details. Rose's room, she's got like a little kind of nook here, and in this little nook here what I have put is a little dollhouse shadow box, which I got from Michael's actually, and they don't make that anymore, so you might have a difficult time finding it. There's also her little stuffed bunny here, which is from Christine Taylor Designs. I'll be sure to link it below, and actually anything that I mention, if I can find links to, I'll definitely link it below. That little bunny picture frame there is from her aunt and uncle that she got for Christmas. This little castle piggy bank here that says Princess Rose is from her daddy for Christmas. Steve just found that at one of the little shops in the mall that sells like Christmas ornaments during Christmas time. And then right underneath there is a few of her little books. So we have a whole ton of little board books here. And then these are some of her bigger books that fit on this side. And she has a few more books on her little bookshelf too. And those little spice racks there are from IKEA. I've also installed here a switch here that is a dimmer switch for the lights, and I find that to be super useful, especially for a baby's room. Then when we go to the left here, this closet is actually not for Rose, it's actually my husband's closet. We have a fairly small house, and so he has this closet, I have the closet in our bedroom, and Rose does not have a closet. She actually has this dresser full of all of her clothes, and then there's some bins in here that have some clothes, and then she does have a little small space in Daddy's closet. Okay, so the curtains here are from Bye Bye Baby, and they kind of, I don't want to say they inspired this room because honestly, her polka dot gallery wall is what inspired this room. But when I found those curtains, I just thought that they were so fitting. So they are purple and pink roses, and I was able to find the croup skirt that matched it as well. There's also a valance that you can get as well, except I didn't measure properly and I need a second one of them, so I'm not too sure if I'm actually going to do that. I kind of like the look of this, and like the sheer curtains there are just from Walmart. So I kind of like the look of this. The only thing is that it doesn't keep out the sun as much as I thought it would. Those curtains are supposed to be blackout curtains, but I do find that they let quite a bit, the curtains don't let a lot of light in, but just the way I have them laid out lets a lot of light in. So I might be updating that or getting a second curtain. I haven't quite figured out what I'm gonna do with her curtains. And then this dresser here is again from IKEA, and all I've done is I've changed the little knobs. So the knobs that are on here are little roses, and I just got those off of Amazon, and I got purple and pink ones to match her room. And then on top of the dresser, it's super practical. I decided not to go with anything like cutesy on her dresser just because we do use it quite a bit, and it's a very functional dresser for us. So her little elephant here we use every single night, and it doesn't play music. All it does is project lights onto the ceilings that can change color, and they're kind of like an ambience and super calming for her, and that is just from Toys R Us. This little pink bin here is from Winners. Actually, no, I think this one's from Michael's. I have two. I think this one might be from Michael's. And in here we keep the items that we use quite often for her dresser. So I've got some baby lotion, some hand sanitizer, a lint roller now that she's crawling a little bit more. And I do keep a pair of scissors on the side there just because, I don't know, I find I need scissors quite a bit in like every room. We have some baby powder. We have her little baby brushes. This is full of cotton swabs and Q-tips, and then this is for her ear piercing. And then I do have some pseudo cream there. And then in the side here, I just keep her baby nail clippers, which are the Frida baby nail clippers. I have a Lion's Heart wipe warmer, which for me is a staple. I know they're kind of controversial and people like either love them or hate them. I love our wipe warmer. Next baby, I'll 100% have a wipe warmer. Then we have her change pad cover here, which also came from Bye Bye Baby. This one came from Bye Bye Baby Canada. The curtains came from Bye Bye Baby in the States. So as we keep moving over here, I do have her diaper genie just wedged in between here because it's super easy to just stick our foot in there. And it's also kind of out of the way and tucked behind there. So then immediately above that, I do have her newborn shadow box here. In her newborn shadow box, I finally completed it, thank goodness. I have a clock that is set to the time that she was born. I have a measuring tape that is the length that she was when she was born. The little sheet that we got from the hospital. A newborn photo of her, and that's from her newborn photo shoot. It wasn't of her in that little outfit, which is kind of one of my regrets. I do wish that I would have brought that very first sleeper that she wore to her newborn photo shoot and got some cute pictures of her in it. Then I have her hospital wristband as well as her name, and then just a little rose on the side there that matches the roses that go in her gallery wall. Right above it I have a stuffed animal net, and it was quite difficult for me to find a stuffed animal net that I liked. So I actually just got some tulle from the fabric store and customized it that way. I much prefer having her stuffed animals up there than I do having them kind of around the nursery. I think it looks really cute like that. And then moving on to her crib. So the crib bumpers and the crib sheet are from buybybaby.com. And like I said, they just match perfectly in the nursery and match perfectly with her gallery wall. This rose pillow here is from Walmart and it was available at when their Valentine's Day stuff was out. That pink pillow there is from Bouclair, and I don't think that they make them anymore. So the crib skirt is from Amazon, and I think it kind of matches and ties everything kind of together with the pink and purple floral theme. So on her gallery wall, which is probably my favorite part of her nursery, I have her name written out there in those letters that you can get at Michael's. We just put a whole bunch of fake roses on there, which were very difficult to find when I was making that. I was actually making that shortly after she was born, so in the fall, and it was quite difficult to find pink and purple roses to go with it. And then all of the photos that are on there are from her newborn photo shoot. I thought about updating them with the photo shoots that she has had since, but I much prefer having her gallery wall just being like all newborn pictures. And you can see we also have her video monitor there. It is a summer infant baby monitor, and in all honesty, I'm not a huge fan of that one. I plan to do like a baby products I regret buying video, and that will be featured in it just because I don't regret buying a baby monitor. I just regret not getting like a more higher end one, I guess. Okay, and then immediately beside her crib is my nursing station. So I got this recliner from Lazy Boy. It's not beautiful, it's not fancy, but it is insanely comfortable, and I highly recommend getting a really comfy chair for nursing because especially in the beginning, that's basically all you're doing. So I highly recommend getting a nice Lazy Boy, and if I can find the model and the name of this one, I will definitely link it below. The reason I liked this one is because it is quite a bit smaller than some of the other ones that I looked at, and I fit like perfectly in it. It also has really nice padding on the chairs there, so I can like rest her on it, I can rest my arms on it. It's just a really nice nursing chair. I'm so happy we invested in a nice chair as opposed to like a glider or something, and I'm sure there's some really comfortable gliders out there, but any of the ones that I sat in just were not as comfy for me as this one. Another thing I should mention is it has a lot of back support on it, so like I said, because you're going to be sitting on it and probably sleeping on it, I highly recommend getting a chair that supports your back and you feel super, super comfortable in it. So the pillow is sitting on the chair. That floral one is just from Walmart actually, and the pink one there is again from Bouclair. My table here, which is I used a lot more when she was first born and I was nursing her, is just a night table that I found at a thrift store, and I had my sister-in-law put some wallpaper on top of it, on the drawer and on the top, and then I just got a glass top to kind of protect it a little bit more. I love my nursing side table, and I think this will be something that I can leave in her room going forward as she gets older. That basket down there, Just holds a whole bunch of nursing stuff. And I do hope to have a breastfeeding and nursing essentials video up eventually as well. And I actually don't really use many of that things now that she's a little bit older, but in the beginning I used everything that was in there a lot. And in the drawer, I don't really keep anything in here anymore. Again, I used this a lot more when she was first born. We just have some pacifiers, some pumping stuff, but I really don't use the actual drawer anymore. It was essential when she was first born, but not so much now. On top of the dresser here, I have a floral bouquet, which is from Pier 1. I have a really pretty lamp here, which is from, I believe it was Home Hardware, I want to say. And then this little dish was from Chapters, and in the dish I have just my Fisher-Price little button that turns on her aquarium, which I actually took off of the crib, but I do plan to put it back on because I really enjoy having it, and then it's nice to have the little remote right here in case it shuts off while I'm nursing her. So directly above my nursing chair there, I just have 2 floating shelves, and that teddy bear is from Steve's best friend, and he came to give it to Rose when she was like a fresh newborn. I also have another newborn picture of her and a pink Scentsy pot. Okay, and then this wall is another one of my favorite walls. This is another form of storage that we have in her nursery. And this cubicle is from IKEA. So this is a new addition to her nursery, and I just found this at Winners, and it's just a photo frame where I can update with her monthly pictures. Though I do really wish I would have done her monthly pictures differently. That is another one of my kind of regrets and wish I would have planned out a little bit more. I wish I would have taken a picture just like this for all of the months instead of giving her like different background props. And then maybe, and also one for every single month without her little sign, because that's what I did for this month, and I think it looks way better. I also would have put her in front of the exact same background for every single picture, so I guess for next baby I know what I would do differently, but that is one thing I do recommend, is kind of planning out how you're going to do your monthly pictures if that is what you want to do with your baby. Okay, so this little shelf I absolutely love. It was a labor of love to kind of find pieces that I love to go on it. First, we have this beautiful bouquet here, which my mom actually gave to me the day that Rose was born, and it is from a local flower shop. I thought it fit so perfectly in her nursery, and I love that she got me something that didn't die the day that she was born, just because I could keep it in here forever for her. And of course, she had to pick out pink floral because she knew that that's what the nursery would be. This picture frame, I can't actually tell you where I got it from because we got it from Steve's work, but I have one of my favorite newborn pictures of her in it. That's like her like trademark scowl, I swear, and I just think it's such a cute picture. These blocks actually have a whole bunch of Rose's newborn pictures on them too. This again was made for me from my sister-in-law, and it just spells her name on the one side. Those picture frames and that wall heart there, I got from a local thrift store. That thing I know people are going to say is super tacky, and I agree, but I actually really love it. This little thing is like a necklace holder that I got from Winners, and I just store a whole bunch of her headbands on it, and then in this little drawer it has a whole bunch of her little head bows. That picture frame is from Michael's, and I had full intentions of like putting her baby handprints and her baby footprints on it instead of pictures, but I just never got around to it, so that's what that looks like. Okay, and I'll go over the shelves here that we have. So this is her very first tea set, which was actually a gift given to her by one of my clients. This sign I found at Hobby Lobby when we were in the States recently, and I love the quote on it. I have a little apothecary jar, which again is full of a whole bunch of headbands of hers. I loved this picture frame, and I had full intentions of this picture frame going in her shadow box, but it was just way too big, and I actually love the picture that's in it. It wasn't one of my like favorites initially, but it looks so good with that picture frame. I also picked her out 2016 Barbie, and this is the birthday wish Barbie. I plan to get her a Barbie that'll stay in a box like this for her every single year, and for her first year I decided to get the birthday one. Now this teddy bear is actually made with a whole bunch of her newborn clothes. So we have, I think there's 4 sleepers, and the leopard print was a little onesie that she had, and they are some of my favorite outfits. And then on the back of the teddy bear, it has her name and her date of birth embroidered on it. So it kind of turned out a little bit funny. I feel like the face is just a little kind of wonky, but I do really love the idea behind it, and I actually think that I sent her clothes that kind of made the bear look a little funny too, but I do love the idea of it, and she really enjoys playing with it. Then the next little cubby here holds another one of my favorite newborn pictures, and that is Rose actually on my wedding dress. I absolutely love that photo of her, and I love the frame, which was found at Winners as well. And I should mention, I'm fairly confident I got this frame at Winners too. That is an owl piggy bank that she got from my best friend at her baby shower. And then this is a whole bunch of books that don't really fit in her other little bookshelf there. They're just too big, or they're board books that I can easily reach if I plan to read her a story at night. And then these cubbies are actually pretty messy, so I'm not going to show you what's in them. But in these three here, I keep just some storage stuff and some feeding stuff and some of her mementos and stuff that I plan to do some craft projects with. And then this one here actually holds her diaper bag. And I have the Jujubee diaper bag. I have a separate video on what's in my newborn diaper bag. I should update that. If you guys want to see that video, definitely comment below and let me know. And I'll show you what I'm carrying around for her now that she's a little bit older. Okay, we have a little visitor. She was not liking her time in her jumper, so she is hanging out with us for the last little bit of this video. So these three bins down here actually hold clothes that she has yet to get into. So there's a lot of 12 to 18 months clothes in there. She is fitting like 9 months clothes right now, so the 6 to 9 month category. And so a lot of those house clothes that either don't fit her quite yet or are for different seasons. And then this bin here is a whole bunch of like toys that she's not quite big enough to play with, or like feeding essentials that she's not quite big enough to use. And as you guys can see, she's starting to army crawl. She's been doing that for a few weeks now. She has yet to get on all fours. So yeah, that is Rose's nursery. It has been a labor of love to complete her nursery. I absolutely love it, and we all know that nurseries are basically for the people that spend a lot of time in them. So for me and for Rose, even though she will never really remember her first nursery. But thank you guys so much for taking the time to watch. I hope that you enjoyed it, and as the years go on, I plan to film what her other rooms look like, because you guys know how much fun I have decorating and setting up different rooms. So make sure you're following me on my Instagram, which is also Talia Lillian, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!